Hello everyone, my name is Kid Eater, and today is not going to be your usual VR chat content. I'm going to be talking about some tea that I have that I've experienced last year that was bothering me for a long time. Back in 2024, I joined a group called Xplr 2.0. This group was created by two famous YouTubers, also former Vine creators, known as Sam and Colby. During Hell Week, Xplr 2.0 was free. I decided to join in to give it a try. With my passion for Sam and Colby and their content, and also inspiration for what they do, I joined, and I had to wait on a list for a couple of days, week or so, before I finally joined in, and I was officially a part of Xplr as a new member. I joined one of the chats, and I noticed how dull the atmosphere was. There would be times where people would say hi, hello, good morning, how are you, and all that stuff. Short sentences, that's all. And they would go dead in like a few seconds to a minute. And I was thinking to myself that either this place is dead or it's just not as good as they say it. So I decided to change that. I joined the chat with my greeting, and I decided to do some chaotic fun by saying, I'm going to take your kidneys, and all that. I'm pretty much letting my kidney persona come out. That confused a lot of people, and it amused me greatly, because I know that I was doing something good by creating a fun, playful atmosphere. That was my intention. And despite the confusion, people will start to get entertained by it, and from what I noticed, the chat started to become more lively again. However, during that time, a person joined the chat. Let's call her N. And N noticed the commotion of my chaotic kidney-eating nature, and she decided to message me. She told me that she was uncomfortable. She was uncomfortable with me pretty much mentioning kidneys or kidney-eating things. And that confused me greatly, because whenever I put on this act, which I have been doing since 2019 on the internet, people that I met were confused by it, but they loved it. They were entertained by it because they know it was all in good fun. So hearing N saying how she was uncomfortable with it was a little bit interesting on my part. And then I was talking to her saying like, oh, I apologize because like the last thing I want is a first bad impression on the Sam and Colby fans. And so I decided, well, she told me that she wanted me to like stop or bring it down a notch. Either or. She just didn't like it. So then I was like, okay, I'll do my best, but I cannot promise that. A few days pass, and I notice myself start to become more gloomier when I come into the Explore chat. I notice, again, the chat was also dull. There were some conversations being held here and there, but to me, like, from what I read, it just seemed cold, lifeless. Sure, maybe people there are here to join and chill, but at the same time, it just, something about the chat just feels off. And even though I did say that I would tune down the kidney-eating persona for N, it damaged me because I start to notice that my behavior was more depressing and more gloomier. Because as much as I wanted to be the kidney eater in that chat, the last thing I want is to make someone uncomfortable. But then I got a thought in my head. Surely Explore had a function where you can block people. And as I checked, they do. And so I was like, And so I decided, you know what? No, as much as it pains me to do this, I would prefer to be my chaotic self and keeping people entertained. So I went right back into the kidney eating phase because it felt so natural to me. It's a part of me now. And as soon as I started talking, N popped up into the chat and pretty much responded with a ... after I made a kidney eating joke to another person. I wasn't even talking to her. And so, even back then, so I decided to put something in my bio. I wrote, if you have a problem with me, of my kidney eating persona, or how I act, please block or just ignore me. Or move to a different chat. And I thought that it would be easy for her. I thought she would take this as a sign to pretty much let me do the interacting with someone else so that she doesn't get bothered by what I'm doing. I thought she would listen. Would have been better if she did. But she didn't. Another girl joins the chat. Let's call her K. K responded to me with a skull emoji, either to show a sign of disgust or also playing along on what I was doing. She was not playing along. She asked me, why do I eat kidneys? Or why am I acting like this? I responded to her truthfully with saying that this kidney eating persona has been a part of my life. It's who I am now. And as you can see on the screenshot provided on your screen, she responded, not gonna lie, that's kind of weird, bro. First of all, not your bro. And last time I checked, ghost hunting is also weird. To also normal people. So I'm sure people could handle a person that is chaotic and is just trying to have fun. I ignore her comment because I took weird as a compliment. It's just how I react. And then another person, the third person that we will call BK. No, not Burger King. And she also asked, why am I like this? I showed a sign of vulnerability and told her that I had a little bit of issues when it comes to joining in groups or socializing. So I act this way because, you know, it's the internet. People could be whoever they want to be. And so then she replied saying, still, can you just stop because it makes my friend N uncomfortable? I wasn't even talking to her. I was talking to someone else, and they could easily move to a different chat. So then I decided, like, no, I'm not gonna have any of this. So I blocked her. I blocked N as well. I didn't block K, even though I should have. And so then, during that period, I was continuing to do my kidney eating thing, and I noticed that I keep seeing their messages pop up. Even though I blocked them. It seemed like Xplr 2.0 is outdated and shows the blocked person messages. So they could pretty much see me talking to other people, and I guess N took that a little bit like personal, even though I wasn't like interacting with her anymore. And then in this same screenshot, you could see the fourth person joined, and this person is a mod. Let's call her B. B then messaged me to tone it down with the kidney eating or body parts, whatever, because some people are not comfortable with it. Last time I checked, the people in that chat, excluding the 4 that were talking to me, enjoyed my chaos. They enjoyed on me being me. I assumed that N wrote a report about me, how I was bothering her in that chat, even though I told her directly to ignore me, block me, or move to a different chat. She could have easily done that, but nope, she didn't. So I assumed that she brought in her, like, the mod to the chat to, like, tell me to stop. And I was getting confused because, like, last time I checked, I wasn't breaking the rules. And from what I've heard or seen from, like, the comments in the videos of Sam and Colby, they said, or, like, the fans said that Xplr Club is a warm, welcoming community. But when I joined, I started to get hate for no fucking reason at all. Well, I wouldn't say hate, but it was kind of pissing me off because these people were bothering me when I wasn't even interacting with them. I stopped interacting with them, and they still want to pick a problem with me. So after what B sent that message, I was like, okay, this is just starting to get fishy now. And then I looked in their name. BK, K, N, and B have the same fucking group name. Let's call this group SO. The SO group is what they're a part of. And then that's when it hits me. The mod, N, K, and BK. They were all friends. They were a part of this group. And that should have been a turning point where I should have realized that this group was gonna be onto me now. So, after that whole ordeal, I tried my best to keep it down with the kidney eating notch. However, it still kind of fucked with my mental health and emotional health as well, because it felt like a part of me was being torn out. It was missing. I took my chaos a little bit down, but it just didn't feel the same. However, I met some few acquaintances that were actually cool with what I do and enjoyed my name. So I gave them a little bit of chaos, and they enjoyed it. Like, I don't get the problem on how I was making that person uncomfortable when most of the chat that I talked to loved it or are entertained by it. So then, I guess this was like after Fan Expo. I'm not sure, but I know it was during October. Sam posted an announcement for a Halloween costume contest. Of course, I was ecstatic, and I signed up for it. The rules pretty much stated that in order to enter, you have to follow these 5 categories. 1, most creative. 2nd, most terrifying, something like that. 3rd is Sam and Colby reference. 4, best pet costume contest. And 5th is like a duo or a group. In order for you to go into that, you have to put hashtag Halloween costume contest 2024 or something like that. Let's just call it that. And so I did exactly that. And I had to put like, he also explained that I have to write explore on a piece of paper so they know that I was real. I'm not AI. I know AI is ruling the world right now, but you know, can't really be too careful. I did just that. I followed the rules and I entered. And I entered for most creative because honestly, the stuff that I create was from my head or from VR chat in general. So then, during that time, I stayed in Xplr 2.0 for the costume contest. Like, I'm waiting. And as I chat more with people, I noticed how active, like, the SO members were. And so then every time I join the mod, B would pop up and a few others too. I think it would be K and N, either or. And whenever I type kidney eating, whenever I be myself, B would jump in and keep on telling me, saying, hey, stop that. You're making people uncomfortable. No, I'm not. No, I wasn't. Because I'm talking to someone else and you just interrupted me. Now, I can understand that there may be some loopholes here, so I'm just trying to remember it at the top of my head. However, it was last year, so it's gonna be kind of hard for me to do. But pretty much, I felt like I was being targeted by that group. And I was. I really was. During that time, I made a few acquaintances, some friends, and one of them was a young person. I would call her also a girl. I call her Liver Eater. She told me that she is inspired by me and how she thinks that I am cool because I'm pretty much being myself. And she asked if I could pretty much join me in a way, be a part of the kidney eating family. I didn't mind. Honestly, I love it when people get inspired by how I act and what I do. So I agreed. I took her in as my little sister, who is now a cannibal just like me. So she's named Kidney or I'm Kidney Eater and she is Liver Eater. And yeah, she and another person have made my day during that time in Xplr a little bit more tolerable, even though I was still being targeted by the SO group. And then when it was close to the end of Halloween and the contest was about to close, I peeked in the Sam and Colby chat and I pretty much wrote down when is the costume contest. And I'll show you in the screenshot right now. This is what happened. I somehow managed to fucking summon Colby Brock with my bullshittery. And that was a shocker. Because I actually thought that he wouldn't respond at all. So I was just being a dumbass at that point. But he actually responded. Thanks, Colby. And so, pretty much after that whole ordeal, during that time in November, I was waiting for the costume contest, and during that time, those girls were still being rude, and they were berating me as much as they could. However, I continued loosely, but as I started to realize more, I began to feel more in a depressive state, because not only I was like being told not to like be myself anymore. Xplr 2.0, as much as I had fun talking and spreading chaos with my little sister and a few of my acquaintances and a few people that actually liked me, I started to realize I was becoming more of a person than an actual group. And during one of Sam and Colby's live streams, Sam mentioned that in Xplr 2.0 or something like that, I'm not sure, he mentioned that everyone in Xplr Club is family. We accept each other no matter what. That's a little bit hypocritical coming from the group and how they're acting towards me because I eat kidneys and the way I act. I don't know what caused them to act this way, but like, I don't know. But I know for a fact that sure, I'll take responsibility on my actions, but at the same time, they act like they're doing nothing wrong. They do realize that they're kind of picking on a new member here, and it's a bad look for them, especially the mod, or the mod B, yeah. And so as time passes, I was mostly just tolerating the hate and like the constant monitoring from the group and B herself. And during that day, me and Liver Eater were pretty much in that chat, having fun, causing chaos. And I think a lot of people were lurking and just like watching us go down because either they were entertained or they didn't want to interrupt the moment. And then suddenly another mod messages. This person I don't think is a part. Well, we'll call him F. And F, I don't think he's a part of their group. However, I think he's friends with them. So that's also kind of a lose for me. He messaged me and Liver that we should stop role-playing in the chat and clogging up the stuff. The clogging, there wasn't really much clogging. There were some people texting like here and there, so we were just letting the people talk in that chat while we were doing our own thing. We were chatting to each other and role-playing, as they call it. And of course, if you've seen what I said to Colby, that's my way of role-playing. As I start to notice a pattern here. It's whatever I do to like either talk to people, that they would bring it up as like a warning. And I have to remind you, when I role-played my way into chat, no one said a thing. No one complained or reported me about it. I believe they didn't report about it back then. But in November, when F said that I am being warned for like role-playing, it was brought up now. And that was like either like a month after I managed to somehow get Colby's attention without even trying. So I kind of started to like, either it was paranoia or I kind of caught that they're trying to target me. which I said multiple times. I know they were targeting me. It's whatever I do, whatever I say, that they're just gonna use against me. And also, that chat that I was supposedly role-playing in is called a random chat. It's random for a reason, guys. People will say random things. People will do random things. People will post random gifts out of nowhere. Yet whenever I do my random shit, I'm the one being warned? That kind of sounds like No, it kind of sounds like a hate crime going on, guys. So it was like, what the fuck is happening? And not even that. Like, during, like, one of the guys' live stream, people were, like, spamming and, like, chatting to Sam and Colby. And even before, the mods say, like, please don't spam the chat and all of that. But guess what? Those people didn't listen. And honestly, it was kind of funny because, guys, it's a live stream. People are going to chat. People are going to spam to get their attention. It's gonna happen either way. Like, I've seen live streams before. Make it seem like you guys haven't been on the internet for so long. It's just kind of weird. And during one day, B popped in and was talking to, like, a few other people, chatting to one another. I'm not sure. They were typing in, like, all caps. And she popped in saying, please do not type in all caps, please. Thank you. What is with people saying that, like, what is wrong with typing in all caps? I do it. A lot of those people did it. It didn't seem like to have a problem, like, until now. And during that time, I was in a playful mood, so I messaged saying, the capital of Canada is Ottawa. And if I had the screenshot before, I would post it. However, I sadly do not, and it was deleted because I was trying to forget all of this happening to me. But I wish I kept it. She responded with, don't talk back to me, kidney. Or something like, because I would not be nice or something like that.
Bruh.
You seem like you're threatening me. I was kind of like, I stayed silent because I was like processing of what she said. Like, I'll take accountability for that because I wasn't sure that she was playing around. Because I seen like a fucking smiley face at the end of what she said. When she said, people, please don't use the caps. So I thought that maybe she was like still in a good mood. But when I said something funny or tried to be funny, her mood just went down instantly. Do you hate Canada or something? What did us Canadians do to you, B? I decided to be an adult and say I apologize for acting that way. That wasn't my intention. However, another person, let's call BN, also a part of the SO group, joined in the chat and said, damn, B? And also another person, D, let's call her, not a part of the group, but also acquaintance with me. However, what she said pissed me off. She's like, damn, B, you her that time. Like, even her group started to appear and, like, fucking become patriotic and, like, praise her for her shit. Like, she actually did something good. Humiliating me from that shit was, like, a fucking achievement. And that got me to say sorry because I was just having a good time. It was like, it got me down. I was like, what the fuck is this people? Like, what the fuck is their problem with me? Because last time I checked, I wasn't even talking to any of them. Like, I stopped. So then I had to turn off fucking Xplr that time because, like, I was starting to get really pissed off at them. It was getting too much. And I only stayed because, like, I had a few friends there. I was so tempted to write, like, something on the feed that I was being mistreated here. However, I knew that those mods would probably take it down. The only mod that was cool with me was the one that said that I had, like, superpowers and, like, she's cool. I like her. She didn't have a problem with me being the kid eater, and that's what I like about people. People that match my vibe. When the time for the costume contests fully came, I was hyped. I was hyped that I thought that I would win because the armor that I made, I made the armor back in 2023, so it's 2 years old right now. I thought by using my cosplay, my Mandalorian cosplay, I would win. Because that took me months to make. However, when their video popped up and gave us the results of the winners, I was confused how I wasn't on there. So, to my shock, BN and a few others were on there. BN was like a demonic or fallen angel type of thing. I have to admit, I commend her creativity. However, it's latex, guys. Sure, she's an SFX artist. But to me, it's simple but creative. However, in that contest, Sam said most creative. And so I looked at the other winners in the most creative category. There was another girl dressed as Pennywise, and she looked like Pennywise with like her fucking teeth protruding from her mouth. That was actually pretty cool. That was terrifying. That was creative too. I think, and like another girl wearing like black gothic Viking, which was pretty badass, I had to admit. It was pretty cool. And also another girl who was like wearing a corset and looking like a fairy princess. However, I failed to, like, I wasn't on there. And I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. Like, I should have been on there too, because like, it's my armor, guys. Sure, I may sound like I'm freaking out, but I was like in shock. Because I thought that Sam and Colby would notice like my hardworking effort on building my armor and all that stuff, and they would probably like feature me in the video, but I guess they would prefer, you know, not that. So then when the results came, I was shocked that BN was one of their top winners. BN won the most creative fucking costume. And I was like, what? First of all, not to shit on Colby and Sam, but I've seen most of the SF artists that actually put in fucking effort. The Pennywise one. I've seen like people who did Silent Hill, the nurses from Silent Hill. There was like this pale girl, the fucking pale girl from Terrifier. And yet they picked something so simple. Like, guys, it doesn't take long for latex to fucking dry. 20 to 40 minutes, at least. It depends on the complexity, but from what I've seen, it didn't look complex at all. All she did was like make a cut in her cheek and like put like fake blood on her horns and like on her mouth, while putting like sharp teeth in it. And she also wore like angel wings and just a simple dress or something like that. They could have picked anybody else, but they chose her instead. The person who is also a part of the SO group, the ones that are targeting me. Not only I was disappointed at Sam for not picking me, but also not seeing the bigger picture of the other fans that have created like their cosplays, that actually put in effort and hard work in it. I'm not trying to hate on her or anything, but like that was not fair. That was not fair at all. And so then, like in the comments too, I checked the comments, a lot of people were disappointed. But they still said their congratulations. I also said my congratulations, but I also brought up the fact that it didn't seem fair that people have put effort and time to make their costumes. It's just only to be washed away like that. And guess what? BN replied with saying like, it's unfortunate that people didn't get picked. However, they should have followed the rules. They did follow the rules. They did. I responded like they did follow the rule. Yeah, some of them didn't have the explore or the hashtag in their posts, but either or, it's still not fair at how someone gets picked over a simple costume. That's easy. It's just easy. Like, she could have done more complex, and I would actually be in awe about that. But no, She just had to go with the simple demon look. If it was the other complex Pennywise and all that shit, that would have been the most creative and most terrifying. And yeah, I shared a disagreement that with her and like stated my opinion, saying that how it still wasn't fair for the other fans. Also wasn't fair to me. And she replied with the same thing, how like she repeated the same thing. But the thing is, what she said after, she said that it took me months for Sam and Colby to finally like notice me. So you're saying that you make it sound like I want their attention. No. I don't want their attention. I want people to be given the chance to actually be seen for their creativity. Sure, they're giving them attention, but at least they could see the whole bigger picture. And in a way, they didn't really kind of like react to all of the fucking photos. They said that they would react to it all, but no, they said that they looked and they picked in the video. When in that fucking announcement, they said that they would look through all of them, which I assume they would. When you judge someone, if there's like a costume contest in their cosplay, you had to look through all of them, all of the contestants, before you pick the winner. That's how it's supposed to go. At least, that's how judging a cosplay is. But nope, Sam and Colby said like, you know, we had to pick. Because we picked, then we see it again, and then we picked that winner. Guys, you could just kind of let a whole other fans down. You could have picked someone better. You could have picked like someone that was more artistic and more creative. That was simple. BN was simple. It was creative, but not most creative. There's a difference there. And for BN to reply saying like it took her a while to get their attention, she make it sound like I want their attention. No. I want people to be seen fair and square. Attention, I could get that with my cosplay, no problem. Just gotta post a picture of myself online, gotta wait. It's that simple. I could easily ask for that. And she could too. I waited for a couple of days before finally leaving that place because I just realized, yeah, like, as much as I love Sam and Colby, they did kind of disappoint me from, like, the costume contest, but, like, at the same time, it's not just them. The Sam and Colby community, the fans that are just desperate for their attention, that they would do anything willingly to put others down and to like say the most horrendous shit to like be seen. And that's exactly what the SO group did. Not only they mistreated me, they mistreated my friends, and like they pretty much drove me out of that place. I still remember their names by heart, and I still remember what they said to me, and that shit hurts. It hurts to bring this up, but like I don't know if I'm going to get hate or if they see this video, but it had to be said. And I got a Discord message from one of my acquaintances that soon became a good friend of mine. She said that she noticed how much the mods, the two mods, and the group were targeting me and mistreating me like I was the villain. And I responded to her, I was just being me. And instead of ignoring me, they got petty. It sucks. I actually thought the Sam and Colby fans were amazing. But for my first experience, it traumatized me. I wouldn't say traumatized, but it just left a bitter in my heart. Sam and Colby is not responsible for their fans because, like, they have their own mind, okay? Everyone has their free will to act on how they want. However, it's not just that, but, like, Xplr 2.0 is outdated. And even when I blocked the people on that app, I could still see them. But other than that, that's pretty much my story on my first experience within Xplr 2.0. And there's a few things that I want to say. To the Sam and Colby fans, I get it. You want Sam and Colby to notice you in some way. You guys love their work. You love their content. You love what they do to, you know, when it comes to ghost hunting. I love them too. But remember this, treat people with kindness. You treat people the way that you want to be treated. Don't do what SO did to me. not only that they have pushed me out of the group, but I start to feel like everything that I do, everything that I say, is being judged for who I am and for having a passion, because the kidney eating is inspired by the creepypasta I Was Jack. I'm not like this in real life, only online. And some people don't think that at all. It's online, guys. Everything is fake. Okay, yeah, there are some genuine people out there. And if Sam and Colby are as genuine as they say, well, I hope they would get this message. Remember to stay kind, okay? No matter the differences, there could be worse people that could have joined. You guys know this. Yet, I'm the one that was acting. They thought that I was the villain. They thought that the shit I say was more horrendous. And I heard the worst shit. I heard like racist, dark humor, pretty much all of the stuff online. You guys don't want to hear it, especially when it comes to feet. Now, feet is a different story. I would understand that feet would make anyone uncomfortable. It would make me uncomfortable. And next message to Sam and Colby. I still love you guys. I really do. However, I'm disappointed on how you decided to pick something so simple when you could have picked someone else. Sure, you could have picked me. Could have picked anyone else that has actually put in the effort. Am I gonna hold you accountable? No, that's for you to decide. But I could suggest a few things. Please update Xplr 2.0, where you could actually block people so that people don't have to experience on what I have gone through. And the people that are asking me, like, I've been asked by the two people, Liver and my other friend, asking me if I'm gonna come back. I don't know. Depends on how much this video gets spread throughout the Sam and Colby community. And yeah, please fix your stuff, because the last thing I want is for another fan like me who is outgoing and just wants to have fun and be chaotic in a good way gets roped in by a group who are pretty much being mean to her for no reason. That's the last thing I want for a fan or any other fan that is just like me but different. We're all one in a million people, and we get to live one life. So yeah, I was pushed away from the group, but I chose to, because it was a group against me. No matter what I say, no matter what I do, they're just gonna come after me that time. Do I care if they're gonna see this? No, I don't care. People are gonna know for what you guys did to me. You guys are the reason why I have gone depressed for during that year. You guys made me believe that my creative skills were not good enough. Made me believe that I was a freak. Sure, I may be a freak, but at least I have passion on what I love. And clearly, you guys don't really appreciate that. I should call you guys weirdos for even love ghost hunting. But I'm not gonna do that. No. That's not what I want. All I can hope is that karma gets your way. A little bit of karma would do you guys a good humbling, because it did to me. Made me realize that not everyone is gonna like you for who you are. They're just gonna hate you for no fucking reason. And it also made me realize that winning isn't everything. It sucks, but it's life. But other than that, thank you guys for watching this video. You can share it to your friends, share it to the community of Sam and Colby. If they manage to see this video, I hope they can take criticism and learn from what I have gone through, because I don't want people to go through this again. I don't want people to experience what I've gone through. And other than that, I'll try to update more of the art check content. However, it'll be a while. So yeah. Alright guys, goodbye and good night.